Episode 3589, Get Your Kids Out of the Gutter.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready to do your happy dance? Oh, come on. It's Friday. Yay. And guess what? It's right before Thanksgiving. Oh, yes. Are you excited? Maybe you're taking next week off. Well, take a deep breath because it's confession day. We've got to let it all hang out, right? Because we're going to stuff the turkey soon. You don't want to be stuck with something else that shouldn't be in your mind. Yeah, let's get your kids out of the gutter. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. You know, everyone is all caught up and going viral. Who doesn't want to have 1 million likes? Who doesn't want to be seen and heard by tens of millions? Unfortunately, our kids are the ones whose hearts are hurting. But you can get your kids out of the gutter. Oh, yes, you can. It's all about how you see them, how you recognize them, and how you hear them. Now, I get it. Most of us parents are not sitting around debating what we need to do to keep our kids' attention, so they're not lost in a world of lies and hopelessness. But we need to be thinking about this. How important is it for you to make sure your child is seen and heard? What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being like, it's really like, I got to get on it. And 1 is like, yeah, not so much. Maybe you're like, I'm at a happy medium, Christiane. I'm 4 to 6. What if I told you 4 to 6 doesn't exist? You only have 1 and 2, and you have 9 and 10. Oh, man, that's not fair. I know. I'm pushing you here a little bit. Because if you look at how important it is for your kids to be seen and heard, you know that you got to put some effort into it. Because I get it. It's maybe not something that we sit around thinking about. And it's probably not something that you've given a lot of thought to. No worries. I want you to stop and pause right now. How do you communicate with your child so they are not so tied up in the quote unquote reactions on social media? The hearts, right? If they have a YouTube channel, or they've got a good friend who's got a YouTube channel and they're like, gosh, I wish I was her. Wouldn't it be nice? You know those artists who do the cover songs? They may bring on their keyboard or their guitar or whatever, and so they're singing the cover songs. And you may have 2 friends that are doing it, and one does really well, and the other one, not so much, and that other one, not so much, is your child. How do you communicate with them? How do you make it to where it's not about those reactions on social media? Because let me tell you, that stuff is addicting. Oh, I got to have that like. I need that. Because you see, when you see it, it goes where? It goes to your brain and it goes to your happy center. And you're like, it feels so good. I'm loved. Well, let me ask you this question. How do you interact with them so they feel seen and heard? Or do you? What makes your child stand out to you? Oh, you haven't thought about that one. So let me give you a hint. Think about the gifts that they have. Their own personality. What is it that makes them unique? I have 5 kiddos, 2 grandbabies. And I look at this and I'm thinking each one of them are so unique. Now, I know every mom's going to say, oh, each child is so unique and different. No. I can tell you so much about my kiddos. I know them inside and out. Why? Number 1, I homeschooled them for years, every single one of them. And I had that opportunity to really bond with my kiddos. I am blessed to have that. That is a gift I gave myself, but I also gave to them. And so when I went to, we put them into traditional schools or private schools or whatever, I was no longer homeschooling them. And we would have the parent-teacher conference. And they're like, well, do you know this about your child? I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that before you even told me that. Because you see, I pay attention. I pay attention to their patterns. I pay attention to what they want. But here's the thing. Do you interact with them to the point where they feel seen and heard? Not that you feel seen and heard, but they do. What makes your child stand out, right? What are their gifts? Where's their personality? What does it look like to you? When do you make time to see your child without interruption? All of us are guilty there. Even I am. I have to step away from my computer, especially now. We've got so much going on, and I've got my kind of office literally in the middle of the kitchen. And so, yeah, it's all about it. And so I step away sometimes so I can interact with my children. I want to focus on them, whether they're calling me, whether they're talking to me face to face, whether we're FaceTiming, whatever it is, however the conversation is going, I want them to know that I see them first. It's not about what I'm doing on the computer. What about you? Where do you go with your child so they know they're number one in your heart? I'm not saying you go spend money on them. Do you go and hang out somewhere? Do you go to the baseball field and throw balls? Do you go outside and play on the swing sets? Do you take them to the park? Maybe you build Legos with them. How do you interact with them? How do you see your child so that they know that they're number one in your heart? And it's not just about saying it. It's that they know, like they can tell. And then what about this? Why does all this matter to your kids? Ooh. Not many people answer that last one. Why does this all matter to your kids? Well, I can tell you. Because we live in a society where going viral and seeking that validation from strangers can overshadow authentic connections. That's why it's crucial to ensure that our children are not lost in the noise. We can't let somebody else say, "Oh, you're amazing." Now, yeah, we want teachers to say that and coaches to say that as they grow from 0 on up, right? It starts with your pediatrician. Oh, they met the milestone, right? And then it goes to, oh, they kicked a field goal, whatever it is, okay? Go, oh, they played their first note in band. Oh, did you see their handprint on their artwork? Or they drew a dog for the first time, whatever it is. But they are seen and heard. You see, as parents, come on, mom, listen up, dad. It's our responsibility to see, to recognize, and to hear our kiddos, nurturing their hearts with love and joy and hope. And in order to do that, you got to see them first. That is your Kids to Keep It Simple strategy. See them first, FIRST. You can't get all caught up in yourself. If you're being selfish as a parent, I got news for you. That's another episode. But seriously, it's confession day, right? If you're sitting there and you're all about your reels, if you're all about doing everything else, if you're all about, well, I came in and I'm in the presence of them, but you're not playing with them, there's a problem. If you're not interacting with them, there's a problem. If you don't communicate with them, there's a problem. If it takes 20 times for them to get your attention, there's a problem. If you're gone more than you're home, there's a problem. What is it for you? When do you sit down without being interrupted by all the things? Social media, binge watching something on anything that you subscribe to, doing work, cleaning the kitchen, the dinner dishes and dogs, right? You can sit there and say, but I got to put dinner on the table. Really? Dinner can be late if your child needs to be seen and heard. Permission given. Do you accept it? Think about it. You got to see them first. So what does this look like in real life? FIRST. Number 1, F, focus. When parents focus on creating a loving and supportive environment for their children, that's when they get to prioritize their child's well-being and emotional development. What a concept. We as parents help them emotionally develop? Yes, you do. You have that influence. So when you actively tune into your child's needs and feelings, then you get to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to nurturing a strong parent-child bond. When we focus on creating a supportive environment, we empower our children to thrive. And that's when you set aside the distractions and actively listen. And when you do that, you get to empower your children to say, yep, you got this. I'm going to listen. I'm going to show them that they are valued and understood. I see them. And all of a sudden now, you've been elevated. Man, my mom loves me. They begin to understand. They begin to trust more. F, focus. Number 2, I, interact. Engaging actively with your child through conversation and activities fosters a sense of connection and communication. And by spending that quality time together and participating in shared interest, parents meaning you, they strengthen their relationship with their children. Interacting with your child builds a bridge of trust and understanding. My friend, are you building a bridge? Come on, Mom, what are you doing? Or do you just have a road? And it's my way or the highway. No, you got to have a bridge. You got to be able to have common ground to come together. And it looks different at every stage of life. And you're like, but there's so many stages. I get it. So you got to figure it out. For instance, play. Imagination does the body good. Playing games, going for walks, or participating in creative projects together can create bonding moments. It's the trust moments. And that facilitates open dialogue between you and your child. You know, if they're a toddler and they're little, it may be going to the park and swinging and singing a song and holding them and reading books to them. Oh, but wait, when they hit 4 and 5 and 6, it looks different. Maybe it's starting with building Legos, writing, coloring, playing games. It's not about saying, oh, I'm here. And then all of a sudden you disappear mentally. Emotionally, you detach. You just sit back in your chair. Oh, I'm here. I could see you. Mom, come play with me. Are you actually playing? Or are you just kind of doing your own thing, acknowledging and hoping that, this too shall pass? F, focus. I, interact. Number 3, R, recognize. Acknowledging and validating a child's emotions and experiences is crucial for their emotional well-being. So when parents recognize their child's feelings, they demonstrate empathy and understanding, creating a safe space for emotional expression. You know how in the world everybody's trying to create this safe space for everybody? Where's that safe space for your child in your own home? Do they have it? Do they know that they have it? And it shows up differently for various ages of kiddos. You got to make sure you're building something there. Acknowledging their feelings validates their experiences and connects your heart with theirs. But you've got to be willing to recognize. So in times of stress or worry, you can show recognition by responding sensitively to your child's emotions and offering comfort and support. Are you willing to recognize? Are you willing to hold true so they know and trust you? Number 4, S, support. Providing encouragement and emotional support for your child nurtures their confidence and resilience. We're talking about their self-esteem here, right? How they feel from the inside out. When you offer consistent support, you help your child navigate challenges and setbacks with greater resilience and determination. Supporting our children builds a foundation of strength, courage, and compassion. What are you giving your child? Now, you might be saying, I don't know what this looks like. Well, when you demonstrate support, you're encouraging your child to pursue their interests, celebrating their achievements, and offering reassurance during difficult times. Growing up is tough. Have you noticed? It's even harder now being a kiddo. I can't imagine raising little ones. Oh, wait, I can. I'm watching my grandbabies as they grow up, as they face things. And as their mom and dad try to figure out, what's going to be best for them. It's tough. It's not easy. And I think, what if I was a parent during those times? I didn't have kids. I mean, I did, but they didn't grow up with social media. They didn't grow up with me on a phone. If so, I probably would have like 2 million pictures of them. I'm just saying. I love taking pictures of them. It's awesome. So are you supporting your babies? Whether they're newborn all the way up to as high as they go until God calls you home. And finally, number 5, T for talk. Having that open and honest conversation with your child fosters trust, understanding, and yes, that communication. And through meaningful dialogue, and it's dialogue, you notice, it's not monologue. You're not here presenting, this is how life should be, and you need to do it my way or the highway. Get a life already. Come on, Mom. Step it up. Dad, you too. This is a dialogue. And believe it or not, your 1-year-old has dialogue with you. Your 22-year-old, your 42-year-old has dialogue with you. They can do it. But are you caught in your own self? Think about it. Come on, it's confession day. So through meaningful dialogue, you gain this insight into your child's thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. Because if you're not paying attention, someone else will take your place. Ouch. That better hurt your heart. Seriously. Talking with our children opens the door to deeper connections, creating a foundation of mutual respect and trust. Right? Think about it. See them first. Focus, interact, recognize, support, and talk. Come on, Mom. Dad, are you listening? You can engage in conversations with your child about their day, their interest, even their worries, their dreams and aspirations, creating this beautiful landscape, a space for mutual sharing and building a strong parent-child bond. We're in kind of the throes right now, right, of renovations. And so we've got carpet coming in and it's wonderful, but that means I have to take all the quote unquote, let's say China-like stuff out of the rooms. So in our family, what's in my kids' rooms? Lots and lots and lots of Legos. Lots. I'm talking I probably could fill 5 dining room tables that are fully extended, right, with their drop-ins where it's like 110 inches or more, like huge dining room tables of nothing but Legos. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And some of those Legos aren't even built. We've taken them down and put them in a package because, you know, the kids have moved some things, whatever. And they're like, Mom, I want to save them, but. I'm like, I get you. But you see, that's what you're doing when you see your child first. You're building upon that. You can't build with Legos unless you have a strong foundation, right? The Death Star doesn't start at the top. Where does it start? You build it at the bottom. And if you have no idea the weight of the Death Star, I've held it. Yes, believe it or not, we have the big one. One of my sons does. And man, I hold that thing and I'm like, if I drop this, I'm dead. I'm probably pretty close to it. Not literally, but figuratively. But that's what you got to think about. You don't build from the top down. You build from the bottom up and inside out. Your child must see you alive in action and thorough in thought. You have the power to lift them out of the gutter of, hey, look at me, and instill in them a foundation of love, joy, and hope. Remember, Mom, come on, Dad. You hold the key to reshaping your children's emotional well-being. With each step, how you see them, where you show up, and nurturing them from the inside out. So are you ready? Let's commit to seeing and hearing our kids. They deserve our attention. Are you ready to see them burst? Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life, and love your journey? Visit CreateYourNow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.